Hi, today we are going to look into your cards to see what kind of energies can you expect in May 2025. We will try and see if we can get some predictions and guidance for you. Now, in the next bit, there are going to be three very cute charms. Pick the one that you feel most drawn to, and it's okay to pick more than. Hi, pile number one. If you chose this minion, which I think I'm really holding wrongly. Oh, can you see the little minion? Oh, so cute. Then this is your reading. You are the first pile. And today we will look into what's coming up for you in May 2025. See, the first thing that I got when I looked at, and I have the card spread here in front of me, when I looked at all these cards, the first thing that I got is that there's somebody who's going to kind of backstab you. They're not going to be standing by you, and you will feel a little betrayed. The second thing that I got is there's somebody in a more authoritarian position than you. It could be at work, it could be in a family dynamic, it could be in your relationship. Either you're going to be able to harmonize that dynamic. You're going to, actually, I don't want to say harmonize as in it's all going to be hunky dory. You might be able to harmonize it strategically and very smartly. You would be able to build that dynamic right. Like, suppose if there's a power balance, there's a power imbalance. You have a dominant partner, somebody in your family is dominant, or your superior or one of your colleague is dominant. So there might be a power imbalance that you experience, and you might be able to bring balance to that entire dynamic, okay? Where you are going to be taking a stronger stand for yourself and you're going to draw and write boundaries. Okay. That's the second thing that I got. Then the third thing that I got is there is a little bit of red tapeism happening around you. What is red tapeism? Some sort of traditionalist ideologies, beliefs, or like a very rule bound belief, rule bound environment. That is something that's going to be a prominent theme in May. Will you be able to break through it? Will it be a disturbance? That we will figure out from later cards. Okay. And also today I'm going to be giving you a message from a book which I had forgotten for many, many readings in the last few months. So yes, you're bringing the books back. Please, let's bring books back. Okay. So the first theme that we have here for you in May 2025 is dynamic, which is that the frequency of dynamic supports our ability to harmonize between layers and aspects of different origin and frequency. It's many different elements put together, familiar and completely new, which know how to move with ease, grace, and great joy. I just feel if you had been feeling a little imbalanced by life, by people around you, in 2025 May, there's going to be more balance in your relationships, which you are going to bring into play. You are going to, if needed, take a stand. If needed, get dominant in certain situations. If needed, be a little bit more submissive in certain situations. Whatever it is going to be, that harmony is going to be created by you. Okay. Now, one challenge here in the month of May is this Hierophant card. And you know what? I'm going to be just first reading out the messages from the book of this deck. Okay. Give me a minute. Hierophant, Hierophant, Hierophant. Wait the first. Yes. Support self-realization expansion. Develop emotionally and spiritually to commit to relationships. Integrate mind and spirit to higher awareness. Additionally, you may be comforted or tested to conform. Question and define your values. Interesting. And see, this card came in challenges. What I feel is as if you're kind of being misguided also in a certain situation. And there is this card here, which is the card of X, which is forces of nature working against you. Can you see? Is it? One minute, yeah. I think now we can see clearly. So I think in the month of May, what might happen is you might be misguided also a little bit. Or you might, like I said, have to experience certain situations where you're going to be tested in sense that, oh, will you give up or will you give in to the situation or will you stand up for what's right? Okay. So honestly, May might demand you to really define your values and stand up for your values. And I'm seeing very strong energy here of, although there's no card, but energetically, I just feel it's something to do with like having really strong boundaries, having really strong yes and no defined for you. We do actually have the Queen of Swords here. So it's all about, being so clear, being so strong in what you believe and what you think and how you like to perform that people know that they can't play with you. They can't play games with you. They can't make you do things that you don't want to do. Okay. Another thing that I kind of also feel in the month of 2020, in the month of May for 2025 is that some of you are going to struggle with the consistency in your spiritual practices. If anybody of you has been doing something spiritually or you wanted to maybe start some sort of a class, you wanted to join something for study, anything that's outside of your regular life of career, love, relationship, money, even if it's education, there might be inconsistencies. You might struggle to study. You might struggle to be consistent with your spiritual practices. If you had been looking to learn something, I don't think you are going to find like the right thing in the month of May also. Okay. So I would tell you to defer your plan to maybe June or July. So yeah. Now, what is going to be an overall advice? I give it to you right now and then I'll repeat it in the end also. Okay. Now here we have Five of Swords. Let's see. Let's see. Oops. Forgot for a second there's a camera on. Hmm. Okay. I do feel as if, funny, this card has come for advice. Maybe I should just flip both the cards. So basically, I do feel somebody is not going to be by your side, okay? And the advice is, I think, a bit of a lesson for you in terms of life that people don't stand by you and people are more than happy to add stress to your life, to be that person who will betray you, okay? And there is chances of battles and loss and family disputes, conflict with managers, or being the victim of the system. The way, like, whatever the system is, it could be like a very rule following family. It could be certain dynamic in your life. It could be your career, it could be your workplace. So there's going to be tension and conflict, okay? But what is being asked is that, even if you don't win, you can recover and walk away with self respect. And it's important to know when it's going to be a timely exit. So timely exit is also a very strong theme in the cards. It's kind of similar to boundaries only, right? Don't fight beyond what's needed. So, okay, I think there might be like a very provoking situation that happens for you in May 2025. And you might be provoked quite a lot, where you might feel, oh my God, I have to retaliate, I have to give it back. You're being asked to show grace to the situation, walk away with your self respect, and you might be provoked. Don't give in to the provocation. Ooh, this is very interesting now. It's getting a little juicier. Wait, I'll tell you. So you might be asked to provoke. You might be provoked. Okay. You might be put into a situation where you would, in your usual sense, react very strongly and too much. And what instead you're being asked is that the challenge then is going to be, can you keep your calm? If you are somebody who believes in like higher thinking, higher living, and oh, I want to maintain my grace, my dignity, can you show that? Can you like show that you live by those principles and you're not going to give into this petty provoking or provokement? Is that a word? Provocation. That's the word. So you're not going to give into the petty provocation is, yeah, I think that's the message. Do not give in to the petty provocation. Show grace. Keep your self-respect. Be smart about how you play that dynamic. Okay? Wow. Very juicy pile. Okay, cool. Now what's happening in love? Chalo ji. Okay, there's these two cards here, which is Four of Wands and the Justice. So first thing what I see is as if, if there was a little bit of lack of balance in certain relationships right now. These are your personal relationships, not your work related relationships, but these are your friendships, your family, and your partner. So again, I'll give a broad message, take however it resonates. If things had not been aligned with you till now, like there were certain people who were not quite aligned with you, or things were not kind of going in the right way, I think May onwards, you would be able to gauge and make sense of those things. You would understand that, okay, what serves and what makes your life stable and what only complicates your life further. That's the first message that's coming. There are certain relationships, I think, where you might decide to draw the veil on them. You may not continue with certain dynamics in your life May onwards. These could be friendships. These could be simply, oh, interesting. This could also be that you're building an inner sanctum. You know what you want to do. You know what you're dealing with. You know the shit that you're going through. You might draw that little curtain, where in front of the world, you're very poised, you're very balanced, you're graceful. And internally, if there's a chaos going inside you, you don't want to share it with anybody. Okay. And I feel that's a fabulous energy to be in. You're just protecting your energy. Other thing that's coming here is there is some sort of, I think, May is slightly going to be one of those months, which might give you, in which you might hit a bit of a road bump. I think it's going to be a situation, I feel, which might make you see the truth and the reality of what's happening, in certain relationships and certain dynamics and people who will have your back. And I also feel in the month of May, you would be very much about this is right, this is wrong. And now it's time that I raise my voice for what's right. And for very few, because we literally have the we literally have the cards of a home and justice. There could be some sort of justice coming in your home, like a legal battle. You could be winning a legal battle. We are living in the times of modern relationships. If you're separating from your partner or collectively, like you both have filed for something, I think there's going to be justice, okay? I also feel this is your energy where you want justice in your relationships and in your dynamics. You don't want to be the person at the receiving end of everything. You don't want to be the only one who's the giver. So you're going to be very, I think, vocal and expressive about your needs. And you're going to be a little bit clear about, hey, this is not fair, this is not right, and this is how I need things to be done. And I feel that energy is going to be a lot more in your personal relationships across domains, like your friendships, with your partner, at your own home. You're going to be very about, but this is right and this is wrong. Interesting, with the Hierophant card, what I also feel here, it's almost like as if, somebody is trying to tell you, but but this has always been the rule in our family, or this has always been the rule. And you'll be like, no, but we can do things in the right way. Not as per the rule, but what is right. And sometimes rules can be wrong too. I think you're going to be one of those people. How fun. Okay. Then coming to your career, you're burning the midnight oil. You're burning the midnight oil like crazy. I also feel you're getting something new or you're chasing something new. Like for all those who are in who are in a job, if you're looking for a new job, you're going to be sitting late at night and you're going to be like trying to fill in applications. You're going to be filling applications like crazy. Those who are in a business, there might be some new thought, like an expansion thought or something might come to you as like an idea on which you would start working. There's going to be definitely a new idea, a new project also for all those who are not looking for a switch and you're happy with where you are. A new project, a new something is going to keep you very, very busy in the month of May. Financially speaking, there would be a lot of need of like, I want proper money. I want good money. I want to be able to make my money. I also feel you might start working a little bit harder or picking up something else also on the side, like a freelance gig or certain small projects to bring in more income. So finance is going to be an absolute focus with a little bit of frustration around the fact that, this money is not enough. I want more money. And for those looking for opportunities or something, it's definitely I don't think it's coming your way. It's more like you're chasing it. Okay, that's one thing. And those who are okay with their careers right now, your workload is going to increase. Your responsibility would be increasing. You would be expected to like work more and harder. Yeah. I also feel as if there's going to be a lot of perfectionism in you, in the month of May. Almost like even if you have done something, you may not be satisfied with it till the time it's not perfect. Okay. Now, your personal self, how is it going to feel in the month of May? The most beautiful cards one can get in tarot, I feel. The most beautiful combination. Queen of Swords with Temperance. You're fully balanced. You're like, all this nonsense and people not siding with me, or like people showing their true faces and the red tapeism, and me having to work harder even at nights, or like too much responsibility. Well, I am very well balanced. I know how I'm going to slice my task list in a manner where I can manage it all within the time. And I'm very happy with where I am. And I am going to be juggling things, but I'm going to be like doing it in a very balanced manner. This is where I also feel, when I said that in your relationships, it might be like a whale. Nobody knows what's happening really with you. So they might be feeling, oh, they could be worried because of work, or, this happened in their relationship, they could be worried. You might be like, but hey, on the side, I'm working on, suppose, maybe like a dream idea, or I'm also picking up freelance gigs. In my mind, I'm already thinking, how do I want to restore the power dynamic in a certain relationship? I am not listening to the rules and regulations of whatever society or people around me are trying to cave me into. I'm very clear about what I'm doing. So they might feel, oh my God, we should pity her. She must be struggling so much. And you're like, no. But I don't also want to tell you if I'm struggling or not. I'm very balanced internally within me. So I do feel as if you're creating that inner sanctum, beautiful energy. Okay, let's talk a little bit more. Some of you could be Taurian, Capricorn, Aquarius, Librans in this pile. And what I kind of feel is as if your sixth house in the month of May is going to be a bit activated, a bit too much activated. Now, sixth house is the house of enemies, is the house of uh, diseases, is also the house of deaths. Okay. Hmm. Yeah. Hmm. We haven't taken out a card for your health. Let me see, because if we have something for health, how's their physical, mental, and emotional health going to be? Oh, I think I'm going to be tired. Sorry. I did say that, you're going to be so balanced, etc., etc. But like I said, you're not even going to be showcasing this to anybody, otherwise I would have got it in the cards. I wouldn't have had to ask separately regarding your health, knowing how my tarot cards work with me. So I think you're going to be very, very tired in the month of May. And you're going to be like, oh my God, when will my burden generally get lighter? But interesting thing is, this is just physical tiredness, okay? Which honestly, if you struggle with sleep, I'm speaking from personal experience, it's great. Getting physically tired works so well because you sleep on time and you wake up early. But emotionally and mentally, you're actually very balanced, okay? So physical tiredness is something that's going to be a bit of a problem. There could be some sort of spine pains or like pain in the back that you'd have to be a little bit of careful about, okay? Use this reading very smartly. Don't let anything negative impact you in a manner, where you let it get to your head. Instead, get down to the action plan if you already know who are these situations or people that I'm talking about. Okay. Now, coming on to, I think your sixth house is going to be activated. There's chance of like pains in body, exhaustion, tiredness, maybe some disease, falling sick. Then we already have your cobweb and axe, which is there are negative forces around you. Then we have the cobweb that you're protected from those negative sources. So yeah, I think you want to be protected from those negative sources only. But point is that there is negativity around you. Don't let it get to you. There's also forest. You may have muddled or unclear thinking. Don't let this be something that your enemy wins with. So be a little bit careful. I also feel as if, this pile now has a lot of nazar on them, a lot of people envy you, they eye the things that you have. They want to have the things that you have. So you might want to be a little bit careful and protect those energies by doing things like, wearing maybe a black thread in your feet, uh, taking salt water baths. I think that's going to help. Okay. Uh, in May, it's very important that you keep your schedule and task list very much on point. Okay, your day-to-day life needs to be very, very sorted, very, very planned, where you know exactly what is it that you're going to do everything. Almost, like how a very busy businessman would work. Like, oh, 50 things to manage and I do it. This is reminding me of a very funny internet meme, in which a woman has like 50 things that she has to do and she's like so overwhelmed. I'll see if I find it and I'll post it here just for laughs. But yes, the idea is in the month of May, be very, very organized, be very structured about things that you need to do. Okay. There's also going to be a lot of little fun moments about, things that you enjoy. Like if you enjoy luxury, if you enjoy fine dining, if you enjoy shopping, if you enjoy cutesy things, whatever it is that you enjoy, actually, even if you enjoy something like arts, painting, you're going to get to do it in the month of May. Okay. It's going to be good. Advice in the month of May would also be if you can do certain donations, to charities that you feel most drawn to, getting more stronger energy of food. If you can feed food to people, I think it's going to be really, really beneficial to you. Now we have flute, disappointment in a friend or lover. Interesting. I said this earlier also, right? I think at the start, there is somebody who's clearly not the right one. And then we have heart. You have all conflicting cards. Very nice. I'll tell you one thing, very nice. So this is heart, love, deep affection and caring. I think May, it's like everything is being cleared. You're getting very clear about what kind of dynamic is what. You feel a friend is like, very nice to you and you want to like strengthen their friendship. You'll get the clarity it's not worth it. Or is it really worth it? So I think what's happening in the month of May is some people are showing their true faces and some people the bond is getting deepened. Okay. So broadly, this was it for you. Now let's see if we have something from here. Pile number 1 shows the minion, bases the reading. Is there anything that they need to know? Okay. Arjun, people worship limited deities, limited as they are by their nature and their yearnings. From me comes their faith. From me comes fulfillment of their faith. The restricted stay restrained. Those who shatter the boundaries discover me, the limitless. I like, how the messages of the book also sometimes resonate. I think, see, and interesting, I'll just also add another with the hero friend here, what we also see, it's almost like that, a way to counter this energy of people backstabbing, people showing their true faces, betraying you. This energy, wherein you just feel so tired by their betrayal. A good idea would also be to go to your faith, to go to the things that you believe in, to go to your spiritual practices. Okay. And now what's happening is that the message from the book is that people worship limited deities as they are by their nature and by their yearnings. From me comes their faith. From me comes fulfillment of the faith. The restricted say restrained. Those who shatter the boundaries discover me, the limitless. I think there's a very strong advice for people in this pile to um, to start praying Lord Vishnu or Lord Krishna. And I think we all know that it's Brahma creates, Vishnu sustains, and Shiva destroys, right? So I know that pop culture point of view also, and otherwise also, a lot of people believe in Lord Shiva, but Shiva also gives detachment, aloofness. And sometimes what happens is we become so detached from the idea of life, which we don't even realize that whatever's happening in our life, because we are doing the day-to-day functions, it just impacts us, or because of that, we become just very even more detached. That, okay, this keeps happening, no point fighting it, let's just say detached. But Vishnu or Krishna teaches you the way of living life. And that's why, in Mahabharata also, it was Krishna who was guiding Arjun on how to get ready for the war and how to be okay with the war, okay? Because that's a karma or that's a dharma that he has to do, a duty. So dharma cannot be avoided. So I think advice for people in this pile is actually to move to a Krishna, Vishnu, or even Ganpati for that matter, from people from whom you can seek protection. Deities, sorry. Did I really say people? Sorry. Deities from whom you can seek protection, whom from whom you can understand the way of living life and the way of maneuvering through life. Okay? Keep your faith close generally in the month of May 2025. And I think another thing that I'm picking up from this message is have faith. Have faith. And the fulfillment that you're seeking will come from your faith. Whatever you're doing spiritually, increase it. Keep having faith. So this was it, pile number 1. This was your reading. Make sure you're subscribed to my channel. Make sure you're leaving a comment below, if you know all the juicy stuff that was there in the reading and what was I talking about. Yeah, make sure you like and comment and just stay subscribed. All right, thanks. Bye. Hi, pile number 2. If you chose this little Harry, it's a Harry Potter only, right? Then this is your reading. Is it a Harry Potter though? That's without specs. So if you chose this little magician, then this is your reading. And I must say one thing that's coming right at me with all the cards here. I think somebody is going to be very actively dating in the month of May in this pile. Okay, whoever's watching it. Either you're very actively dating and dating like a lot, like the frequency of dating is quite a lot. Like you're going to be stuck on one of those dating apps, like constantly and like interacting, which by the way is going to be exhausting to you. Or somebody is like getting involved in like a teensy-ish new romance kind of energy. So, it's going to be like on all fun and giggly and be like, ha ha ha, he, like all the time texting. But the third thing that I'm getting is somebody in this file is going to be like really, really, really busy. Like they're going to be so busy that, they'll just feel, oh my God, I can't get time off my phone and like my laptop, basically on whatever thing that you work, So you'll just feel that, oh my God, there's no time to catch a break. And for few people, or I think for most people in this file, your screen time is increasing phenomenally in May. So you might want to be a little bit careful of that because I think you're going to like go a little ballistic only because you're always going to be glued onto the screen. And what's interesting is, it's like a bit of a magician energy with this charm, right? Yes. And interestingly, we have some very wonderful cards here like the Sun, the Emperor. Then we have the Wishbone card, which is a wish being granted. So, okay, without getting very excited, we'll take it all one by one. So the key theme for you in the month of May, it's going to be romantic love and compassion. I do feel as if somebody is entering or meeting somebody in May, and May predominantly it's going to be about this new energy of romance and like emotions that are going to come in your life. Okay. For few, because again, a lot of different people with different situations watch this pile, right? So for few, it's almost like you're ending something in May. Like you realize that how much this romantic connection has been just sucking the energy and your soul out, and you don't want to continue with it, and you're going to put an end to it. You're going to like protect yourself, your energy, and be like, hey, I can't. And I feel as if, whoever this person is that you're dealing with, they could be very anxious attachment style. They could be very needy. They could feel very entitled to your emotions. That you would have to interact with me. No, you need to listen to this. No, you need to listen to that. And you might just feel, like I need to like taken off from this. Okay, so that's the kind of energy that I'm getting. The other thing is compassion. So compassion is also coming as a theme very strongly for you in May. Why? Because, okay, now again, there are two messages here, because there is that little bit of polarizing energy One of that being that you have been compassionate enough. You need to understand that, compassionate is good, people pleasing is not. Or just being there for somebody at the cost of hurting your own self doesn't do you good. Okay? That's one message. The other is that even if you're breaking off things with somebody, or like if you're taking a break from certain people, do it compassionately. You don't have to get into that very petty, shallow, and tacky energy of, you know, calling the other person out or like making it ugly. You can do it very gracefully. You can do it, understanding that you're nobody to judge them. And people are living their own lives, they have their own emotions to deal with. And maybe now it's just when you are not ready to take on more. Okay. So that's something that you would have to figure. But honestly, in a very simplistic manner, I feel somebody is going to be brewing a romance in the month of May. Okay. Now, what's a challenge that you could struggle with? We have these two cards here. What I feel is you're going to be so much busy, or you're going to generally just have, I think, a lot of people demanding things of you. Can you do this with me? Can you do this with me? Can you go this? Can you go to this place with me? I think I'm going to have like a bunch of people are going to be like, can you do this? Can you do that? Can you go with me? And you're going to be like very busy in just balancing it all, and doing so fabulously for sure. You're going to be like I also feel you will enjoy that. You would like being that center of attention that, if I'm not there, their work doesn't get done or people can't function without me. So I'm getting like kind of like that energy also. But mind you, these have come in the challenge cards. Okay. And 1 minute, I'll refer to the book to read for Nine of Pentacles here. Where is my book? Oh, found it. Want to read up more on Knight of Pentacles. Oh, why is Pentacles not showing up for me? Is that a sign? Okay. Hmm? It's really not showing up. Okay, yeah, now here it is. Hmm. Oh, interesting. Oh, wow. Okay, so the book literally has this headline saying betting on the right pony. I also feel as a somebody, if you are in trading, and I know with the stock markets going up and down, a lot of people here who are watching this might be actively into trading or like moving their stocks, their money from one instrument to another. I think you would want to be a little bit careful and you would want to have a very balanced approach. Don't take a very risky approach when it comes to your finances. Otherwise, how did I miss this? You're going to be in a very penny pinching situation where you would have to keep saving for a lot more period. I do feel as if, some move of trading or stocks might crash in the month of May, and you would have to immediately rush to save your money. So I would tell you to take an assessment of your portfolio right now and seek external advice. Now coming to non-financial advice, I do feel that too many goals, too many things to do, too many people coming into you for help, and you just generally being a bit busy to the extent where it becomes tiring, where it becomes like, oh my God, I just want to run away from all of them. And it's giving a very stereotypically homemaker energy, like, oh my God, I have so much to do, I can't do it anymore. Or stereotypically, that independent person living alone in a city, have 50 things to manage, sort of an energy of there's more things like that. I mean, you guys can drop more examples in the comments, but that's going to be a challenge. Okay. A lot of people demanding a lot of you in the month of May. The advice here is very straightforward. We have Knight of Swords. And it's so funny, this card now, like in this particular deck, I find it so funny. It's almost like as if somebody is going in a very financially secure and like classy-ish manner just to literally as if like murder somebody. It gives me, very like, that movie Barbie, when Barbie and Ken are traveling like to the real world, and it's kind of like this sort of a scenery. So it's giving like very that vibe to me. It's almost like that, you know that, hey, I deserve better. Your standards are high and all of that. And you might be a little mad at yourself that how did I let myself fall? I know what my body can take. I know the kind of mingling I can do with people, or the kind of people I like to mingle with. How did I like just cave into the demands of other people? It's time to like, pick up the sword and be like, no, enough. So I think you're going to be like that. This is also coming as an advice that both prediction and advice, you might want to draw boundaries. You might want to really tune into your body and understand what is it that you can take or not. And the other thing is you might want to save money. I think a lot of socializing is also happening in the month of May. So what might happen is you might be out there looking fabulous or handsome and being all like, oh, I had such a busy month, I'm such a busy bee. And then by the end of the month, you realize, oh shit, I should have saved some money. So I think saving money is going to be very important in May as well. Okay. Phew. Now that's all messages given on that. Now let's come on to what's happening with you across your personal relationships, your career and finances, and your own growth. So coming on to your personal relationships, we have the Three of Pentacles. And what I did was, which I actually did on camera, but the video did not get recorded. I pulled out another card and then it gave me the Magician. And I was kind of wondering that, why? Because we already have this little guy, like with a magic wand here, right? You see, oh, my nails are bad. And now the Magician. So what I feel is, as if you're really having it all in the month of May. You're going to be very good at balancing your life, personal life in the month of May. You might also come across people who might be very different from you, but your values are going to align. Your core is going to align. You also could be one of those people, who's initiating a lot of plans in the month of May. You want like people to come together. You want to bring people together. You want to have like fun. Okay. The only thing is be a little bit cautious of your finances. Okay. I also feel you're trying different things, in the month of May. You're picking up like certain new things, hobby. You're a little bit more experimentative in the month of May, personally, with people, with your hobbies, with your food. I think some of you are also going to be trying certain new cuisine or like a new restaurant. Okay. And not just like a new restaurant. You might do it like consecutively. Oh, I haven't tried that restaurant or that cuisine. Let me make a list of few of such places which I haven't tried and let me give it a go. So that's your energy in the month of May. Coming to your career, honestly, oh my God, so many major arcanas. Just look, guys, beautiful. So in the month of May, career, you're getting promoted to some leadership role. And I think we saw it here also, did we? 1 minute. Wishbone, a wish is granted. Could be you rising up the ladder. With the Magician here, I also feel personally also, oh, the wish can also be a romantic love coming your way. Completely forgot the romantic love energy only. So there could be a romantic love coming your way in the month of May, and that could be like a big wish that you had. If the wish is in career, there's some wish that's coming true for you. Okay. You're getting promoted, you have a better hold of your career, you're going to be seen, you're going to be heard, your reward is going to be there for all the effort that you put in, okay? So career is fabulous. Coming to your personal self, again, fabulous. No more elaboration of message only. The Sun card. There's definitely a very strong travel energy here, which we also had with this card, Kite. It says vacation. So some of you are traveling. Ooh, you could also be more experimentative on your travel, or it could be a holiday romance. Then we also have you'll be taken care of in difficult times. I don't know why has this even come up. Oh, this must have come up, because of all the advices that are coming to you. That there's going to be a bit of a setback, tiny setback, but you'll be taken care. Maybe you already have a well-managed portfolio and a little dip is not going to affect you. Okay. Then we have Heart, of course, which is romantic love. Then we also had romantic love. So a lot of love energy, guys. Then we have Tent, which is temporary situation. I feel this is in regards to finances, or you're feeling very, very tired or a little bit overwhelmed for a very short period. Okay. So now with the Sun card here, what we know is that you're definitely traveling in the month of May. It's going to be fun. You're going to feel very vitalized and full of energy. There's going to be literally a lot of physical energy in you. Okay. Overall, some other energies that I'm getting from this is, see, with the eighth, with the magician here, what I'm kind of also getting is all the energies of eighth and 12th house. Okay, that could be very activated right now. Jupiter could be moving in your 12th or your eighth house, as it moves into Gemini. And I think what's going to happen is, it's going to activate wherever Mercury is also sitting in your chart. And I feel collectively what's happening in your chart, uh, you could be unlocking manifestation energies, okay, in May. So a lot of the things that you would have want to manifest, or you might have been manifesting subconsciously, either you're getting those in the month of May, or May you're generally going to feel very positive about, hey, I can do this, I can manifest this, okay. Some other energies that we have here is definitely of expansion, which is a very Rahu Jupiterian energy. Some of you might be interested in learning something new. Few of you could also be a little bit show-offy in the month of May, okay? So be a little bit careful of that. You might be a little into, oh, I want to put my life on social media. I want to tell the world what am I doing. So I also feel like there's a lot of social media, socializing, dating apps energy in this pile. It's quite a lot. I do feel, with certain cards here, it's very, very important that you take care of your finances a little bit. I think there's going to be a sudden loss, least expected sort of a financial loss or something. Doesn't seem like a big thing, okay, because there's a lot of positive cards here, but something that will like hit you a little bit. Oops, I should have let like not this happen. So something on those lines is what I see. Overall, I feel like you are great. Everything is great for you. Okay. Now let me see if there's a message from this book. Today we are referring to Gita by Devdutt. Okay, pile number 2. I opened actually 2 pages, so let me see which is the one that I'd give you the message of. Interesting. Okay. So see, on both the pages now, there is a similarish message, and I'll give you that. Yoga enables us to be aware of natural forces of attraction and repulsion, not to be swept away by them. Krishna equates the senses to cows, okay? Indriya Gochar, that graze on the pasture made of various kinds of stimuli. So yoga turns our mind into a cowherd that determines what senses should or should not be grazed upon. It has a lot to do with mind and then the outer journey. All right. Now the other page that I opened was that the idea takes the shape of a story in the Purans where people of Ayodhya are amused to see Hanuman biting into pearls given to him by Sita. People say, what's the use of these pearls? They don't contain Sita's Ram. Hanuman then tears opens his chest to reveal Sita's Ram. And he shows a deep understanding of Dehi, what is located within the Deha. He seeks Dehi everywhere and thus expands his mind and finds Brahman. Now, why I've selected these 2 passages, or why I feel that these 2 passages have come, from the 2 book flips, I mean, from the 2 pages that opened up or that my hands went to. It's almost being like you're being told that, manifestation is not some ritual. It's not something that you sit down and you do. Maybe you do it to get into the practice, but it's actually your mindset. It's your mind. It's constantly happening here. The energies that you're keeping. So I think with this Hanuman ka passage and with the yoga passage, what you're being told is that the natural force to be able to attract something, happens here in your mind. And for that to happen, you have to have a deep understanding of Dehi, that with what is located within you. Your beliefs, your energy should be so strongly hardwired into attracting the right thing for you that it happens. Okay. So I feel the message is more about the law of manifestation and being so positive, so charged, and so full of belief that it is going to happen for me, that your wishes come true and you manifest. Okay, so this was it, pile number 2. Let me know how this resonated. Please do subscribe, leave a comment below, like the video, and if any part of it resonated, do share that with me in the comment box. All right, bye. If you chose this bubbles charm, God, showing these charms has been the toughest thing I've had to do. Then this is your reading. This is file number 3. And right off the bat, as I look at few cards, what I feel is month of May is going to be a struggle between logic and emotions. What I really want to pursue and versus what's practical, but practically I need to think of this. Month of May is also going to be a chat with yourself about the leap of faith that you need to take. Now, to take any leap of faith, you need to have confidence. You need to have a sense of security. It could also be mental and emotional security, like, oh, I can do this. Oh, yes, I can. I think that's what you're going to be working towards most strongly towards the month of May. For few, you are going to take that leap of faith. Okay. What's happening in the month of May is that your Karam Sthan, 3rd house and 10th house are getting interlinked. Okay. And I think they're getting activated by a very Martian energy, because this is what we have as the theme of the month card. So what's happening is you're being asked to take action towards your passion, towards your hobbies, and bring them to life and alive and light in the world. Okay. So it's almost like, your 3rd house, which is the house of passion, which is the house of passions and hobbies. It's getting connected with the 10th house, which is your work, your career. So whatever it is that your passion is, bring it to life, bring it alive. Okay. You might have to make your hobby your career to have that fulfillment that you seek. And there's where you need to take the leap of faith. There is where you need to bring that Mars or the Martian energy of, okay, I'm going to do this. You may also benefit maybe from your younger sibling in the month of May is also one of the energies that I'm getting here. But okay, I'll show you the cards now. We'll go step by step like we do always. So the first thing, what is the kind of challenges you can expect in the month of May broadly? There are 3 cards here. Now, okay, I'll also refer to the book actually for this. I feel as if you're going to be struggling a little bit, with the 2 of Pentacles here, like you're going to be juggling between 2 things, and it doesn't seem like a very happy card. Interestingly, we also have 2 of Pentacles in your personal life. So again, 2 messages, maybe some of you are able to manage it well, but it's only few. For majority, there's going to be an imbalance in terms of how do I manage my emotions at home? How do I manage my relationships? Okay. Wait, I want to be reading the King of Swords in front of you guys. Okay, let's read the 2 of Pentacles. You'll be making decisions where you want to be fair and are willing to balance work and personal life. So it's mostly about choices that you would have to make. Then we have the King of Swords, and then let me put it together for you. King of Swords. Yeah. Focus on the mind rather than the heart. Oh, work or study or relationships may be demanding. In relationships and domestic affairs, take the initiative. Logic wins. And then we have 7 of Cups. Wait, let me quickly read on now, because I know books are supposed to give messages, but I am seeing it very differently. Choices and confusion, opportunities, but they're not very substantial, clear on what's feasible and what's fantasy. Okay, cool. I got my message. So what's happening in the month of May as a key challenge? There is a fight between logic and between what is it that you truly want to do. Okay. And I strongly feel some of you really want to do something related to social media. You want to get into content creation. You want to do your personal branding, or basically you see somebody else. There's also very strong stalker energy in this file, and I think you are the stalker. Okay. What's happening is you are stalking people who are living the life that you want, or who are pursuing certain passions or hobbies that even you have within yourself. And from there on, you're trying to understand that how can I bring this in my life as well? I also want to have this for me. So there's a lot of that comparative energy that, oh shit, I really want this to happen for me as well. I wish I could also live like this. And you almost feel as if, there's some people who are literally almost there. I also feel as if you're going to be stalking profiles of other people and literally like keeping a tab on like how many followers have increased, how engaging is their content getting. And okay, just one disclaimer here, okay? We all are humans, and of course, we do this like to other people. But the thing is, imagine if this was happening to you, energetically speaking, okay? I don't mean to say that you are stalkers who are criminally doing something, not in those lines, but also energetically. You know how anxious we get when somebody is always keeping a tab on me? So I would also tell you it would be a good idea to do a little bit of self check in. That is this really right? Or do you really need to be obsessing over something like that? Okay. Or a person specifically like that. But what I'm getting is that you might be doing a lot of stalking in the month of May of people who could be living a dream that maybe you also want to have for yourself or that you carry for yourself. And as you do that, your mind would be very divided between two things, that should I just pursue what I really want to do, or should I stay logical, which could simply mean, should I continue in this career? Should I continue in this job? You could also be like, a married person uh, who's never been given the confidence, or, like, like how stereotypically we have these certain, I'm forgetting that word. 1 minute. Diasporas, like how we have these different diasporas, right? Like a married woman who's chained by patriarchy, or a guy, who has too many responsibilities and hence, he can't really pursue his passion. You could like fit into one of these stereotypes or these diasporas. And what could be happening is that, there could be this internal war, but that this is not who I am. But that, I really want to be able to pursue that. I want to be able to do that. Will I be able to? So that's going to be your biggest challenge. Okay. And while you try to do that, what could be something that you need to work on is your root chakra. You need to build that confidence. You need to build that sense of security that, I'll be able to handle no matter what. I'll be able to work it out and I'll be able to handle. Because while it's coming as a blessing, also as an advice, the advice here being that take your hobby into your career, make your hobby, make your passion into your career. That's where you're meant to be. That's what your purpose is, your fulfillment is. But you're still going to be confused. You're still going to be very much like, oh, I don't know how to do this. Or you may not be confused about what you want to pursue. You may be confused about how do I pursue it? Like if I want to become a world level dancer and I want to be like one of those cheerleaders or dancers in IPL, how do I do it? Is there an opportunity for me to do something like that? That is what I'm getting here, okay? But one thing that I've told you in the start of the video only, your Karm Sthan is getting linked in this month and very highly Mars energy, which is activated. So what I would tell you is that this is, you're going to get like a lot of signs and signals about make your passion, make your hobby, your career. You may also have somebody younger to you, like a younger brother or like a young guy, like a young male helping you in your career. Okay. Yeah. Okay. Okay. Let's take a pause here and let's move ahead to other things. Now, what's happening with you personally? I think personally, it's just going to be a fight about managing your time, managing your emotional space at home. I also feel this is not about work-life balance. This is more about how are you managing yourself at home. You might be very irritated. You might have like an existential crisis, oh my God, everybody is so ahead of me. I'm so far behind in life, etc., etc. And this might get spilled over into your personal relationships also. Like how you deal with people, how you interact with them. You might just not be very present because in your mind, you're always going to be thinking about, I really need to get ahead in the game. I need to have a game. I need to have something happening for me. And whatever's happening right now, it's not good enough. Also, subconsciously or without realizing, you're going to be engaging with your root chakra. Okay. And I don't mean it as if you're going to be healing it. Why does it not get focused? So I don't mean like you're going to be maybe healing it, but you're going to be engaging with it quite a lot. A lot of your fears are going to come to surface. A lot of your insecurities are going to show up maybe in the month of May till you reach that healing cycle. If you've already done of that, then you might be healing in the month of May. So, you will already be very perplexed, very into yourself because you're trying to understand this whole chaos and mess within you. And that's why interacting with people at an emotional level, friends, family, partner, it may not be the best of thing in the month of May. So I would tell you to just keep your calm with them and not engage as much. Now coming to your career, which I feel is like the biggest theme for you in the month of May. It's amazing. It's actually these cards. So first I got this card, okay? Then I was like, okay, this is not enough. I need to know more. Then I got this card, which honestly is pretty similar to this card. So what's happening in your career in May is it's like there is this amazing idea, this inspiration, this opportunity. And honestly, it's a very Mercurian Mars energy that I'm getting. Like, social media, fast moving communication, like a D2C brand, or starting your own cafe, or like your food brand, or like doing something in regards to vocational studies, dance, music. There's something like that that's coming to you, okay? And this idea has been always on the surface. It keeps coming and going back, keeps coming and going back, and you are completely ignoring it. It's like, no, I don't know, I can't. Because in your mind, of course, in the month of May, you're very invested by, oh shit, other people are making it and I'm not. Okay. Then you're thinking about, but I have like maybe responsibilities, finances, a family to manage. I don't have the liberty of taking that leap of faith, that risk in my life. And you want to be responsible, you want to think logically, not with your heart. But the advice or the solution to all your problems is listen to your heart, baby, to your passions, to what you truly desire, Like, and I feel that's exactly what you're not doing actually in the month of May, predictively speaking. So this, and interestingly, there's a lot of two energy in the cards. Two. Dual minds, thinking, should I do this? Should I do that? Should I do this? Should I? But anyway, lot of ideas, not lot. I feel like that one or two, that key idea, which is so you, it's going to show up in the month of May to you. But you would not have the courage, and May might be the month where you would start building that courage. Okay. Third house is also the house of your courage. It's also how you bring your efforts. To take efforts also requires courage, right? And I feel almost like your third house and your 10th house are getting activated, that okay, some higher power is giving you that confidence that hello, you need courage, you need to take efforts towards your passion so that you can make it into a career. What's happening at a personal level with you? This is the Wheel of Fortune card. Honestly speaking, for this pile, the messages are not very elaborate. Why? Because it's almost like I want to tell you, sit with it. And if you follow me on my Instagram, you must have seen me post about come after mid-May, till mid-May, it's going to feel chaotic, sit with it. I feel as if that message was literally more so for this pile. It's almost like that, there's a whirlpool of emotions going on inside you right now. You're one day like, oh, should I learn this? You're another day you're like, oh, should I, maybe just look for a job in this domain. Third day you're like, maybe should I start something of my own? Fourth day you're like, but I really want to learn what I really want to learn. Like not an upskill for my job, but more so like change my industry and get this education to do something better. So there's going to be a lot of questions in your mind, in the month of May. And that's why your personal card, which is your personal growth and how you're going to be personally, it's all about things are changing and how they are changing, what they are transpiring into, how will they ultimately manifest. We don't know yet. But there is that wheel that's moving, which basically also means that you're not going to be stuck. So if you were stuck for a very long time, you're not going to be stuck. Or if you were constantly thinking about something, then the wheel is going to take a different turn now. Now don't think about it. Maybe take the action. Or don't think about 50 things. Think about that one thing and take the action. So there is a change, definitely. Very strong Saturn energy is also in this pile. Okay. And there is definitely going to be this sort of a change where things are going to shift. That shift might be small, that shift might be big, but you will be the one who will be bringing that shift by constantly or subconsciously working on your root chakra. Okay. Now, let's look at some other cards here. We have the door closer, pleasure with a close friend. We had 2 dog cards in this, yes. And protection from a powerful friend. This is crazy. You have a lot of dog energy, which also tells me some of you might be wanting to do something in the pet industry. Some of you could be planning to bring a dog home. Some of you could be generally engaging a lot more with dogs or animals actually in the month of May. You might feel like doing something for animals, donating something to animals. I would also advise that actually. If you've been experiencing general problems till now, maybe it'll be a good idea to actually donate something for animal welfare and especially dogs. Maybe Ketu could actually be placed in your 10th house, you know. And Ketu could also be giving you a little bit of these problems and the fogginess in your career. Then we have not unsuccessful plans. See, now how I would decode this is it is predictive, of course. It could be that, you had thought of something and it didn't work out in this whole phase only. B, it seems like a worry, which is that, what if I do this and, it becomes unsuccessful? I don't know how will it turn out, etc., etc. C, what I more strongly feel so, it's something in your past, which is always like wired you into thinking, but no, such things don't work out. I've always been unsuccessful. So how could I? You can now, because now the luck is slowly favoring you. Okay, it's moving towards a cycle of favoring you. But I also feel there could be like some tiny plan which will not go as successfully, and then again you might get pulled back into, see, I knew it was not meant for me. It was not meant for me. Don't let the devil talk. Okay. Then bird perch, waiting for news, package and letter. This though I feel as if you're just waiting for like a turn of events in your life. You just want like things to get changed. You want that feeling of, oh, when will things get better? When will things turn around? And there's also obviously a chance of, new news, a package or letter coming your way, which will keep you very happy. I also feel as if, your 8th house could be a little bit afflicted. And there could be a planet sitting in that house, which could be aspecting or affecting your 10th house or your 3rd house. Do Ketu remedies. And then we have cobweb. Protection from this card honestly has come in almost all piles, I think. I think so, yeah. Cobweb. Protection from all negative forces. See, you're protected from any external negativity. In the month of May, what's happening is you only have to think about here. What is it that you want to do? Do you have the capability? Yes, you do. Do you have the courage? Maybe it's lacking a little bit. How is it that you take that leap of faith? Okay. I also feel this is also for people who are now thinking of pursuing higher studies. They don't know what college to opt for, what subject or specialization to opt for, or what kind of course it is that they should be doing. It could also be, your parents are pursuing into engineering, finance, one of those typical high money making fields, and you might be a baker at heart, or you might be like a poet at heart. So I feel it's one of those things that's happening with people in this pile, and you are being told that you have the courage, you have the support, and it is in your destiny to make your passion your career. Okay. So while you may do other things to maybe please your folks, but ultimately you have to look out for yourself, and your passion and your hobby is what is going to bring you that fulfillment that you seek. And for that, what you need is courage. For a lot of people in this pile, I'll actually tell you to chant LAM, Lam. This is one of my chakra videos, which I think you can find on my YouTube channel also. So just sit with yourself and chant Lam, Lam. And while doing that, imagine this literal, you can take a screenshot of this. This ball of light, wait, I'll put it properly so it's a little. This ball of light around your pelvic area, moving and rotating. And as it does though, it's healing you. It's giving you that energy, that courage that you feel you're lacking right now. And it's bringing out your insecurities so that you can face them and you can deal with them. So yes. Okay. Last thing. We also have this book that we are referring to today. This is Gita by Devdutt. So I'm going to be looking into this book and give you a message. So let's see. For pile number 3, those who chose the bubbles charm. Okay, again, my fingers went on 2 pages. So I'm going to check both the pages and see which message do I need to give you. Interesting. Okay. There's 2 messages I want to give you. First, I thought it's going to be this page, and I just want to be transparent, that's why I'm explaining it so much. But I think I want to give you this message. That's why, and I think I want to maybe explain a little bit from this message here. So, to discover God within, we have to go beyond our slice of reality and appreciate the hungers and fears of those around us. We have to discover the Brahman by expanding our mind, an idea that is best explored through the character of Hanuman. Wow, I spoke so much of Mars energy, and I also spoke of Saturn, and both of them, like if you start praying to Hanuman, I think that he is really going to help you. I also feel, some of you could be really watching those videos of how Hanuman Dada has a message for you. I think there's this YouTuber called Saivi Taro. She does it. So I think you could be following her channel and watching like a lot of those videos also. Okay, so it's best explored through the character of Hanuman, who's a popular deity. Okay, so give me a minute. Let me absorb this message. The message here is saying that, to really find the Brahman within you or to find the God within you. What is God? God is your own reality, who you are, your own bodhisattva. You have to go beyond the reality and you have to appreciate your own hunger and your own fears, okay? For that, you have to expand your mind. And to be able to do that, if you're struggling with how to do that, then Gita says that, this is best explored, or actually Devdutt's interpretation of Gita says this is best explored through the character of Hanuman. Because Hanuman gives you that knowledge, that power, wherein you can go beyond your personal internal fears. Oh, this is interesting because actually Hanuman did not know that he's been brought on earth for such a huge purpose. Hanuman had no clue. And I remember very vaguely that Hanuman had to be recalled into that. He didn't know why he was there. And then there was like this entire conspiracy done by like other deities so that Hanuman recalls that he has a purpose and that is to serve Ram and like to save Sita. So that is what is happening. And I'm getting goosebumps as I'm saying this, okay? Like a little here and there, but I think we are on the message. If I get goosebumps, it means we are on the message. I think you're being nudged, you're being pushed to go towards your right direction. Your passion, what you're meant to do. And there's so much like red energy. I'm looking at the root chakra and I'm just like, wow. And for that to happen, you need to go within, you need to explore your hunger, your fears, and bring out by being curious and having that open mind about what you are meant to do. And I would really tell you, read up the story on Hanuman. And then you would realize that then you would know that how Hanuman was made to realize that he's here for a bigger purpose. He didn't know. He just thought like, let me be notorious. But he didn't know. Okay, now coming on to the other message. Okay. Bhagavad Gita is distinct from Ramayana and Mahabharata. The Ramayana and Mahabharata focus a lot on masculine anxiety over power and property. Bhagavad focuses on feminine anxiety about abandonment and affection. And anxiety stems from our desire to survive. See, there's a word here called security on this card. Can you see? Oh, you can't because the camera is flipped, right? So it says security here, a sense of security on this physical plane. And survival is what? Good survival is what when you're not feeling secure. The Mahabharata reveals how rules can be manipulated with clever logic, and this can take away from the path of dharma. Bhagavat elaborates on emotions, the bhav, that underlines the rules, the violence, the places on emotions. So I think, okay, let me again break this down. We've spoken about the fears and everything from the first page. From this page, what I'm getting is, I think there's a little bit of imbalance of masculinity and femininity also right now in you. We all carry both the sides within us. Eons ago, I had made this video on either Pingla and Sushma Nari. we all have masculine energy and feminine energy within us. You might be imbalanced on either of the spectrum. You might be feeling a lot more from a feminine energy, which is about abandonment and affection, that, what if I don't do this, then people will feel, or, maybe nobody will support me, or people will look down upon me if I'm not able to be successful in this. Or an overdose of masculine energy, which is, if I'm not able to become powerful this soon, if I'm not able to build something great out of it, how would I be seen? Either way, you're being asked to balance, okay? You're being asked to understand that these are just projection of your internal fears that you're emitting out into the world. The task is very simple. It's just, can you follow your passion? Can you follow what you're meant to do? Do you want to live a fulfilled life? That's all. And for that, whatever has to be vomited out in terms of your fears, your abandonment issues, your desire for fame, power, let that come out and let that get straight with healthy emotions. Okay. And I genuinely feel praying to Hanuman might be a very strong remedy here, actually. And I don't know how I missed that, because we have very strong Mars energy in the cards and also Saturn. And to appease to both of them with one deity, Hanuman. So yeah. Okay, so this was it. Pile number 3. This was your reading. Please let me know how it resonated. Do check in the comments with me. Like the video and make sure that you're subscribed to my channel. Also, if this resonated, you might want to share this video with your friends and family so that I can have a growing subscriber base. Okay, see you. Bye.